So I don't know how to say this delicately. Actually, I can. I think Cody has kind of gotten desperate to get loved. Like, this match with Cody and Andrade El Idolo Cien Almas. This was a lights out match. This is what it should have been. This should have been a lights out match. And even then, I don't think this feud warranted the intensity and violence it got, because I'm thinking, I could imagine if this was Malachi Black and Cody warranting this kind of violence, but Andrade and Cody? Okay, that's a thing. And yeah, it got extremely violent. I'm still trying to work on this quality so I can get rid of that pesky effect on the green screen. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I think Cody's gotten a little too far with his please love me thing. Like, okay, so Cody is royally so hated by the IWC. He's hated by the tribalist community of WWE. He's hated by the fans. He was even booed in his hometown. Yeah, that's saying something. And they tear into him. Like, they don't like him. And I am still that guy that's like, what the hell did Cody do that was so bad that warrants this immense hatred he got? And this is even like the Cena level hatred. This is more like to stop being about Cody Rhodes and being more about Cody Reynolds. Like there were people who were throwing the belt back at him last week in that big tag team match. There were people calling him the R word. You know that word. There were people insulting him, like, to the point that it stopped being like he's a face we don't like to we don't like him as a person because, I don't know, he beat a cat somehow and no one noticed until just now, or at least spreading a lie to say he beat someone up in real life. I don't know. Like, I get the promo where he's basically Homelander and preaching about America was annoying, but is that enough to warrant a massive hatred for this guy? Yes, he also did stupid comments on the he may have also done stupid comments on his media calls, but the visceral hatred it's gotten lately is like I don't know what Cody needs to do to prove that he's not a bad guy. He's just at best stupid at times. He's done stupid stuff, but enough to get that kind of hatred he's getting. Like, I don't even know if him turning heel would even fix this at this point. Like, you had crowds in this match screaming, "Turn, Cody, turn! Turn, Cody, turn!" And Cody even gave the evil smirk. And then last week when he got DDT'd into the concrete by Andrade, Cody almost looked like he was going into the heel tunnel to leave. But then he went into the face tunnel as if to piss everyone off. But yeah, it's gotten really insane how he's hated that much. And I'm just that guy's like, what the hell did he do that was so horrible? Did he punch someone? Did he assault someone's dignity? Did he go ahead and like steal millions of dollars? Was he doing something that has irrevocably harmed the wrestling industry? And don't say it's because AEW exists, because that's not a reason. Because you have WWE officials at this point saying, this is impossible. There's no way AEW is making more out of the tickets. If we can't make tickets, they can't be successful. We're the number ones. So clearly Tony Khan is buying them tickets. Which, for all intents and purposes, is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. And I was perfectly alright hearing the tribalists make up that excuse, but to hear that corporate executives are just that far up Vince's ass that they actually think this is a thing is a problem. And I'm now starting to even think, did people in WWE who were under Vince's orders spread that misinformation just to weaken AEW's morale? Like, I wouldn't put it past Vince at this point, especially since he talks about his medical history with Austin Theory, which was creepy, and I'm trying to wonder why did that even be brought up? If that's actually true, then that's a problem. If he's actually saying all that, just like, just make my medical condition TV thing. And Cody had this weird peeling on his skin in the back. I thought it was dry ice. I actually thought it was dry ice. Then we found out what it really was, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And the level of violence they got into this match, I was like, wait, how is Cody not bleeding? He got cut. He should have been cut when he got smashed into this corner steel sharp edges of the steel steps. Nope, that's not enough to cut him open. Andrade's like, no, oh, I must use a MacBook. Yeah, he used a MacBook. $2,000 worth of equipment wasted. I'm pretty sure some YouTuber out there's like, that's our thing. Wasting our money just to make everyone feel guilty when we blow up stuff for entertainment purposes of idiocy is clearly against our wishes. You're stealing our thing, Tony Khan. How dare you steal our thing? You know, that YouTube community likes to smash expensive pieces of equipment because they have too much time on their hands. At least that's how I see it. And then you gotta recall that, oh wait, that's not cutting him open. Okay. How? And then he gets smashed to the head when he goes for a dive and he gets hit in the head with a chair. Oh, that would cut him open. Oh, yeah. It took 3 tries. The 3 amigos of violence. And Arn Anderson fell down the side of the stage. That was scary. But Andrade got back up and started beating the living hell out of... he and Andrade and Jose attacked Arn Anderson, and Jose managed to brawl into the back. So Arn Anderson can at least say he wrestled again. And... It just got more and more insane. Like, you got tables, you got chairs, and then Cody decides to be on the nose with his obvious subtlety with the grabbing of a kendo stick, and it's like, yeah, he's gonna use the kendo. Then he dumps that to the side, and it's like, I'll use the sledgehammer. And no, that didn't work. And then he was like, nah. That's too subtle. And then he just grabs a golden shovel, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, Cody, this is the most blatant AEW shot they've done since the throne smashing thing, and that's saying something. Like, at least for all the other stuff, all the other shots they've done, you could at least be that fan that didn't know what the hell was going on with WWE at the time, because not everyone watches WWE, but they watch other stuff. You could at least say that, but when you have the golden shovel and sledgehammers, you at least knew what that meant. The golden shovel. And then we got to the ending. Oh my god, Cody, I know you want to get cheered, but I think you might have went too far on this. Andrade tries to bring in a table and manages to send Cody through it, but they get up and brawl once more on the top rope as they set up another tug of war over the table, over a second one. And as they're brawling on the top, Cody Rhodes appears, wearing a hoodie and everything, appears with lighter fluid and sets the table on fire. And I was like, okay, we're gonna get a fire table bump. I mean, like, granted, this is not a lights out match that would justify this more. In fact, they used even a chain whip to, like, nearly kill each other. Yeah. So, Cody sends Andrade and himself crashing through the burning table. Problem, of course, is that I think they screwed it. Here's the thing. I don't even think they screwed it up. I actually think, judging by the way he looked, and judging by what was revealed after the fire, I think Cody wanted that to happen in some way, just to show, see, I'm cool, or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. Where Cody, that skin peeling off of him, it wasn't skin. It was fire retardant protective layer skin stuff. I'm pretty sure I don't know the full name of it, but it's apparently it was enough coating layer around him in order to prepare him for this fire spot, because he was taking the most of that fire. He was in the fire for a good couple seconds. He was even still on fire when he pins Andrade, and Andrade's trying his best to sell, even though he didn't even get caught in it. So logically speaking, it should have went with Andrade getting the victory somehow. But no, Cody wins, and he makes out with his wife, and they celebrate, and I'm just that guy that's like, Cody, was this part of your plan to get cheered, put yourself on fire? Like, I'm like, at least make Foley explain why exactly he did the things he did, where he was like thinking he could do things that would do stuff that would be insane, but was like trying to fix the holes in wrestling moves. But in his documentary, at least where he explained that, and then it's like it mostly resulted in him getting beaten up a lot more than usual, and then it just evolved to do his hardcore style. What did Cody gain from this? Oh god, this match was insane. Now, it wasn't the greatest match, it was the most insane one because of how insane Cody has become now. And I don't even know if this is part of a plan. In fact, I was surprised Malachi Black didn't even show up. He doesn't show up in this episode of Dynamite. And I'm just that guy that's like, where is he? Like, on Instagram, he posted where he seems to tease that he has his House of Black forming, and it seems to indicate he's going to reveal it next month in January, probably on TBS's premiere date for AEW. And if I had to take another wild guess, and stop me if I get this wrong, it seems to indicate he has 2 followers in his House of Black. We know Brody King is in his PWG group division, but who's the second one? Is Andrade the second one, and there's another member? Or are they going to showcase 2 new members? Like, say, Buddy Matthews, Rotunda, or something? And plus, we have Winter is coming soon, so another surprise is set for that date, most likely. But yeah, it's just... oh god, this match was just bonkers insane. It was ultra violent, and yet not violent enough to but I'm just like, man, this sounds like this would... And then when they brought the table in, I was thinking, this is not a lights out match though. And this is not even the no rules match with Nick Gage that would have at least made more sense. What the heck, why? And like I said, this is a feud that didn't even warrant that kind of violence. Malachi Black versus Cody, if that was the anti-street fight, that I could have understand. What was this? Like, they brought MacBooks, they brought golden shovels, Jose comes down like, I will protect you, senpai, and then wham, gets hit in the head with a golden shovel, which means he's going to be in catering for the next 8 months, and... so, yeah, I don't know what the end goal was that. I'm still trying to wonder that. Like, if this was Malachi Black versus Cody, then I would have understood that. But it's not. It was Andrade versus Cody, a feud that hasn't really justified the level of brutality they gave to this. It was just confusing, and it's not even the case of well, they had a promo that justifies it. No, that's Eddie Kingston and CM Punk. Their match should have been a lights out match. They should still have a lights out match, hopefully, down the road, just to amplify the violence between the two. Like, you saw what they did in 10 minutes, and that was a regular match, and they were like, and whatnot, and muhahaing. Oh, God. I was like, this whole time, like, Cody took like 3 or 4 headshots just to finally start bleeding profusely. Like, we knew Cody was going to do that because he wants to, be like Triple H in some aspects, and Ric Flair where he's just like, I bleed for this, and whatnot. Because this reminds me a little bit when Triple H did that, except Cody's not burying people as much. You could say he's not doing the level of Triple H booking he did. It was more like, I'm that desperate. And I like to state this: Cody Rhodes, the face, had outside interference help him win. Think about that. Andrade, he had help, but He did like, but that, well, I wouldn't say he had help because Jose got his ass kicked within minutes, and then he got beaten down by what, a 60-year-old man. But yeah, this match was bonkers, and I have no idea what the end goal was for this. To get Cody cheered, to showcase Cody's willingness to put himself through physical pain of the extreme. And I must stress, his pants and boots were on fire still when he was making the pinfall. And some parts of his flesh, I'm pretty sure he had second-degree burns. And if he did have that layer of protective skin retardant, he probably would have had third degree burns, depending on how you look at it, considering he was in that fire for a couple of seconds enough, and that was in intense flames. Like, the fire didn't even go out after the match. The referee had to put it out, and that's usually not supposed to happen in wrestling. The fire usually disperses, or we get the instantaneous fire extinguisher. Yeah, this was a thing. This was a thing. A massive car crash demolition of Cody and Andrade going all at it, even though their feud doesn't really warrant it, despite it would have made more sense if it was Malachi versus Cody. But that's just my 2 cents. So, decent match, insane ending. Oh my god, Cody, we get it. You're absolutely hated. You quit social media, Twitter, because everyone was being a jackass about you, or about your mere existence for some reason that I will never understand. And Cody had to reconfigure his old Twitter account into an AEW community outreach Twitter account just to keep the followers. So, and now he's on community and whatnot. I don't get it. I don't get what Cody did so bad that gets him this amount of hatred. I can at least get why people would hate Cena, because what he did to the Nexus, or whenever they do bring up his charity work to justify not doing the heel turn, or when it comes off more exploitative than usual. I could at least get that. What did Cody do? That should be the new slogan of a video analysis one day by someone saying, Cody Rhodes, what did Cody do? What did Cody do? Video essay retrospective. Oh, God. So, this was the reality of the WrestleVerse presents Cody Rhodes, What Did Cody Do? Versus Andrade El Idolo! Cien Almas, I still call him that for the hell of it, because long names are awesome when needed. On AEW Dynamite, Atlanta Street Fight, December 1st. We're ending the year on a high note for wrestling on that front. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other content in the description below. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace and take care, and have a good day, everybody. Oh, fuck. Cody, you're insane.